everyone, and welcome to your 15-minute core workout. We're going to do everything down on the mat today, and we're going to start off on our bottom with our legs outstretched and in front. Now, if this isn't comfortable for you, so if you feel a bit kind of like this, or your knees are lifting up, there's a couple of things you can do. First of all, you can allow the knees to just lift slightly, if that gives you a bit of immediate comfort. You can pop a cushion underneath your bottom, or if you roll the mat up, it will have the same effect. So it will just tilt the pelvis slightly and just make you more comfortable in a seated position. So we're going to take the legs out and we're going to sit nice and tall. So the shoulders are stacked over the hips, and we have that nice, long, tall spine. Now, we're going to take a breath in. We're going to lift the arms all the way up. So the wrists are over the shoulders. And then on the exhale, we're going to come forwards. And we're just going to bring those arms forwards. Now, try not to bring the hands down to the feet here. Try to stay tall and keep the ears in line with the inner arms. So reaching forwards. Inhale, lift up nice and tall, and then on the exhale, arms come forwards, and we take that half roll back. So we relax into the shoulders, tilt from the tailbone and the pelvis. Inhale, lift all the way up nice and tall. Exhale as we come forwards and reaching forwards and beyond the toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good. Now this time we're going to come all the way up. We're going to take one last forward bend. And then lift up. This time we're going to get ready to come all the way down onto the mat. So you're going to roll all the way down, roll down, roll down, roll down, and come all the way down on the mat. Now, you might just shuffle forwards like me if you've come too far back off the mat. Now, from here, we're just going to lengthen the arms and legs. Just take a little stretch, full body stretch. I think this is my favourite stretch. It just feels so good. And then from here, we're going to lift the arms all the way up, bring the hands down and bring the feet up onto the mat. Now, from here, I want you to find your neutral spine, okay? So when we're in laying, this is where we have a small gap between the back of the mat, and we've got those tummy muscles pulled in, a slight tuck of the tailbone underneath, so that TVA. So like a corset, we're pulled in, but we still have a little bit of a gap between the back and the mat. Now, from here, hands come down towards the floor. As we inhale, I want you to lift the right leg up, lift the left leg up, and hold your legs up in tabletop. Now, you might start to feel a bit of tension through the core here. Now, we need to protect the spine. So, I want you to squeeze the very bottom rib down towards your pelvis, and then relax your arms down, and this will give you a much stable, stronger position through the core muscles to move from. Now we're going to take a breath in, keep the shoulders relaxed, open out into the chest, and then on the exhale we're going to put a light point in the toes, and we're going to tap the right foot down to the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap the left. Inhale, lift, exhale, tap the right. Now, if this is a little bit much, okay, just extend the leg down about halfway. Don't feel you need to come all the way down if that's too much. Otherwise, we tap down and lift. Now, make sure here that you're not tapping, you're not bending into the knee to get the foot down, that you're actually extending from the hip. So you keep that right angle in the knee throughout the movement. Keep that rib cage to pelvis connection. You should be feeling those core muscles and the whole trunk of the body being really active at this point. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, we can start to scissor the motion. So we go tap, tap. Now, find a breath pattern here. So let's inhale, exhale. Stay relaxed in the shoulders. Last couple of changes. 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your feet back down onto the mat. Slide the legs away and take a full body stretch. Good. Now from here, bring the arms all the way back over, bring the feet back up onto the mat. Now from here, we're going to move into a shoulder bridge. Now this really challenges the whole core, especially the obliques. If we start to lift the arms away from the mat, forcing those obliques to stabilize. So I want you to find that neutral again, slight gap between the mat and the back. Now make sure the feet here are about hip width and fairly close to the bottom. Now we're going to take a breath in, and as we breathe in, we're going to draw the lower back down to the mat. Really pull those tummy muscles in, lift that pelvic floor, tilt the pelvis to the ceiling. And then on the exhale, we're going to move the other way. So we're going to tilt, lift that lower back away. Good. And again, just a few pelvic tilts to start with. So moving all the way through the pelvis. You can bring your hands to rest just on top of the pelvis here, just to feel that movement. Now from here, rest the hands down. We inhale, exhale. From here, we peel the hips all the way up and lift until we reach that point where we have a nice straight line from the knees all the way through the hips and up to the shoulders. Inhale as we lower down. Good. One vertebra at a time. Keep those hips lifted to the very last moment. Good. And again, we lift. Now let's bring the arms in. Now, if lifting the arms up completely feels like you have no stability, then by all means keep the arms down by the side. So we start lifting the arms up just so that the wrists are over the shoulders, but then of course we can take that up so that the arms come all the way back and rest on the mat behind us. So as we lift and lower, we're articulating each vertebra as we come up and down off the mat. So as if giving each vertebra of the spine its own journey up and down off the mat, so that it's good. Now from here, we're going to hold those hips up. Keep the arms down for now for this part of the bridge. Now just feel comfortable in the feet here. Make sure the feet are still underneath the hips. Now hold that bridge, squeeze into your bottom, and make sure that you're not lifting those hips up any higher than that hip height. We don't want to hyperextend. We want to just keep that alignment from the hip all the way down to the shoulders. Now from here, we're going to take a breath in. We're going to pull those tummy muscles in, and then on the exhale, we're going to lift that right knee up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift the left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the right. So really now working, you're going to feel this in the bottom as well, but also working into these core muscles. Now, if you want a challenge, lift the arms up so that the wrists are over the shoulders. And the idea is, as you lift and lower, you use the opposite leg to keep those hips up and stable so that there's no drop in the hips. Good. Now let's take one more to each side. And lower all the way down. Oh yes. Now bring those knees up into the chest and hug those knees. So let's take a little bit of a massage into that lower back. So a few circles in each direction and then change direction. This is a great stretch. Good. Now from here, you're going to lower those feet all the way back down to the mat. So a bit more core work. Hands down by the side. Again, we're going to bring the right leg up, then the left leg up into tabletop. Again, rib cage to pelvis connection. Now from here, we're going to take a breath in. And then on the exhale, we lift and curl the head and shoulders up and away from the mat. Then we inhale as we start to beat the shoulders, and then exhale. Now, if you want to make this a bit more challenging, you can take those legs up. And then, of course, your next level of progression is to lower the legs away from you. Those legs creating strong resistance for the core. And, of course, if you want to drop it down, you can bring the feet down to the floor. But otherwise, this is your kind of base level, yes? So let's keep this going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And let's pull those knees into the chest. Good, well done. Now, from here, we're going to bring these legs all the way back down to the mat. And we're going to come up and over onto the right hand side. Now, you're going to lay all the way down, a full side lying position here. So we're going to work into these obliques, okay? So I want you to allow the legs to lengthen away from you, ankles, knees and hips stacked. And we're going to take the left hand down in front of the chest. Now from here, as you inhale, I want you to pull those tummy muscles in again. And then on the exhale, squeezing everything together, so zipping up all the way from the ankle, right the way up to those core muscles. We're going to lift those legs away from the floor. Inhale, lower. Now you can come all the way back down, or you can hover the legs just above the floor, so they remain lifted throughout. Now keep these core muscles tight. You should have a small gap between the waist, your waist and the mat. Good, so lifting and lowering. So inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale, lower. Now, if you want to make this a bit more challenging, you can slide those legs forwards. So we've got those legs coming forwards, using the weight of the legs as resistance for those obliques. Good, guys, well done. Good. Now, from here, we're going to pulse up for 3, 2, 1, and lower. 3, 2, 1, and lower. 3, 2, 1. Good. 3, 2. Well done. Good. 2 more rounds. Good. Last one. And relax it down. Pull those knees in. And just take a little bit of a stretch. Good, send the legs away, lift the arm overhead, and just take side lying stretch. So pull the fingers up, toes down, and just release all the tension here. Good, now from here we're going to come all the way over onto our tummy. And you're going to take like a Sphinx position. So laying on your tummy, you have the hands in front, elbows under the shoulders. Now legs lengthened, hip width. Really easy move, but actually more difficult than it looks. So we're going to inhale, and then on the exhale, you're just going to pull your tummy away from the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. So it looks like nothing, but it's quite hard. So we just pull the tummy away. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Now from here we can keep this movement going, and this is enough for most people. Or if you want a bit of a challenge, you can come up into this low plank position, curl the toes underneath, inhale, pull the tummy in, exhale, lift that right knee away, lower down, inhale, exhale, lift the left. So each exhale, we lift alternate knees. And this is a killer. Good. Now try not to let the chin fall into the chest. Look down between those forearms. Stay lengthened through the spine and just keep that tummy tightly pulled in. So we're just going to take one more to each side. And then relax that tummy down. Bring the hands in under the shoulders, peel all the way up, and sit yourself down into child's pose. So just take a stretch. Good. Now from here we come all the way back up and we swing round now onto the left hand side. So we come all the way down as we did before, full side lying position. Good. So again, we're working into these obliques. So we have the legs lengthened, ankles, knees and hips stacked. Right hand down in front of the chest now. So we zip up, squeeze everything together. Inhale, exhale, inhale, lower, exhale. Using this option to bring the feet all the way down or keep them lifted. So work to your level. Don't feel like you have to take a progression or you have to go to the next level. Ideally, you want to perform all the repetitions rather than go to the hardest option and only be able to perform 2 or 3. Good. So lifting and lowering. Exhale as we lift, inhale as we lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Good, guys. Well done. Now, let's hold it up for those pulses. So 3, 2, 1, inhale, lower. Good, guys. Well done. 2 more rounds. Lift, lift, lift. Last one. And relax it down. Bring those knees in. Hug those knees in. Good. Well done. And come all the way up into seated. So we're just going to take a quick mermaid stretch. So you're going to bring your legs out into this kind of Z position. Legs. Now, if you can't sit like this, just sit with the knees crossed. Now, from here, I use my hand for support here. So your legs out to the right hand side with the legs holding on. We're going to lift all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way over for your counter stretch. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, over for your counter stretch. Exhale, lift. Good. Last one. And lift. Good. Well done. Swing those legs round so you are the other side. Taking those legs out, we lift up, holding on to secure ourselves in seated, and we take side bend. Oh, I'm so much more flexible on this side. So you will always find that you have imbalances in your levels of flexibility from one side to the other. The same with strength. And when you practice your Pilates, you start to create that body awareness. Good, well done. Good. Last one as we stretch. Good, well done. And that is your core workout done. Round of applause. See you on the mat very soon.